Hey guys, Brett here connecting from UbiCentral and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do a video on the PC version of Assassin's Creed Origins and kind of give my impressions of it so far. I played this game for about 2 hours now and I haven't experienced any bugs or glitches, which is kind of surprising because there is a day one update, but in its current state it actually runs very good. If you're interested, my PC specs are in the description down below, so if you want to take a look at those, be sure to do so. But let's go ahead and open up the options menu and see what we have here. At the top, you'll notice there's display, graphics, gameplay, sound, language, controls, all different tabs, and something you would expect in a AAA game. So starting off with display, you can change the brightness, window mode, which I believe is a first for the Assassin's Creed series. Usually it just automatically goes to full screen, but now you can change it to windowed or borderless, which is very nice to see, especially if you're a streamer. There's also active monitor, aspect ratio, resolution modifier, and by the way, there's descriptions when you hover over each item, which gives you details about what everything is. So if you're not familiar, it will tell you, which is very useful because resolution modifier, I don't even know what it does, but you can actually read it. Allows rendering resolution independent of window size. Use higher resolution scale to increase display details. So yeah, it's very nice, and you'll also see this in the graphics options, but we'll get to that in just a second. There's also refresh rate, Vsync, field of view, which I believe is also a first for the series. It goes all the way up to 115. I'm not sure what the bottom is. 85. Okay. What sucks is you can't hold down A. I have to just keep pushing it. I am using a controller. And again, I haven't run into any issues so far. FPS limit, so if you want to just have a certain frame rate, you can set it to something. It goes all the way up to 90 FPS, but I'm going to turn that off because I like getting higher than 60 and 90 if I can, but usually this game runs about 60 to 70 FPS for me. I'll show you guys some gameplay though after we finish up with the options menu. Anyways, onto graphics, it goes all the way up to ultra high, and then the low is very low. And again, here you can see kind of a preview on the screen so you can see what you're changing, and that's very useful. Adaptive quality also will limit the FPS, so if you want to get 60 FPS only, it will lock it in at that certain frame rate. But again, I don't want that. I want ultra high. There's anti-aliasing. It goes high, medium, low, off. It's kind of weird that they don't have names like FXAA, but it is what it is. Not complaining, at least you could change it. Shadows go all the way up to ultra high. You can see as you lower these shadows, it just gets way worse, and there's a lot less detail. Onto environment, you can change environment details, texture details, tessellation, terrain, clutter, fog, water, screen space reflections, volumetric clouds, texture detail, character detail, ambient occlusion, and depth of fields. There is just so many options, which I'm so happy to see because if your PC isn't that good, you can definitely turn off some of this stuff or just turn it down. For example, screen space reflections, you don't really need this. Volumetric clouds, you could also turn that off. Clutter, you can turn it down. There's just so many options. Fog as well. So I'm happy to see that there's a lot of customization because it can really help if you don't have the best PC on the market. Anyways, going to gameplay, there is different HUD presets. I like to use light. You can disable it completely, but I feel like light works best for me. Show all, it's really cluttered and I don't like it. Anyways, there's also fight damage, blood effects, aim assist, photo mode, which is super amazing. I just made a video on that, so if you want to check it out, a link will be in the description down below. Onto sound, there is music volume, sound effects volume, dialogue boost, which will turn up the character's dialogue compared to everything else, and then audio dynamic range, which you can change right there. And then language, menu language. There's all these different languages you can select, which again is very nice to see because not everyone speaks English, obviously. And yeah, you can turn on subtitles if you want, show the name of who's speaking, which I found to be very useful. Just, there's so many different options, and I can't complain. So like I said earlier, I am using a controller. I just feel like it works better for this game. I haven't really used a keyboard and mouse, but you can customize the different controls and map the buttons to what you want, which is very, very awesome to see. You can also toggle crouch, walk, aim, shield action, double press movement, turn off vertical control for your eagle. There's just so many different options, and honestly, I'm shocked about how good this version of the PC is, especially because they didn't really market it all that much. So it's surprising. They didn't really show off any gameplay for it. It's been Xbox this entire time. And yeah, that is the options menu. There's also eye tracking if you have that available. I don't. I kind of wish I did, but it's whatever. And there you guys go. That is the whole menu of Assassin's Creed Origins. Again, the PC version it has so many different options, and I think you guys will really love it. But without further ado, I'm going to show you guys some gameplay of the open world and show you kind of what the frame rates I'm getting personally. Again, my specs are in the description down below, so if you want to check this out, please do so. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be making a lot more Assassin's Creed Origins content, and I'll see you guys later.
Whoa.
حمسني أوجدي عنك.
نمسني وجدي عنك.
يا آية تايو رلو.
They will attack on sight here.
Hey.
There's something nearby. Eyes open.
Hey, what? Going to gut you. Move!
Hey, wait!
Hold on.
Worms take you!
Hey! Mine now! Kill you! That'll cost you!
بناخد بيتي خاصية نوان ردات